Killer Kyle. Welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury.
Hey.
And we're going to talk about Hard to Kill.
Yeah.
Which is on Friday, so I figure why not talk about this now? Don't mind my out of breath, out of shape, but anyways.
Just minor difficulties.
A little bit, yeah. But it's going to be a really good show. And unfortunately, not keeping up with Impact as much as I want to, because I get distracted with other shit. Doesn't really matter. But it should be a stellar show. Looks like a really good card.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
So before we begin the Hard to Kill review, we missed 2 matches. And so about the first match. The Death Dolls was for Jessica, Rosemary, and Taya Valkyrie, Laredo Loca versus Giselle Shaw, Savannah Evans, and Tasha Steelz. And this is for 6 knockouts tag team match. This should be a good one too, and I think that I'll say the Death Dolls. I mean, well, the experience of Rosemary and Taya, and we'll see where this goes. Even Jessica. But
where's your baby at tonight? I say I'm heading up the industry.
Also, you have this match. You've got Trey Miguel, Black Truce for the Impact X Division Championship. And there was a thing with Crazy Steve and TAURUS. Were very good promo they cut on Trey, so I mean, it should be a good match too. I think that I want to see Black Truce go over. That would be pretty fucking cool, but we'll see where that goes. Anyways, on with the show.
Here we go. So we start with the 6-way match. We have Angels, Blue, Spinner, Gujar, Kushida, Speedball McBailey, Mike Jackson, and Yuya Uemura.
Yuya. Blue. What? Where are we here? Bhupinder Gujar?
Oh.
Yeah. Angels is, of course, Alan Angels from AEW in the Dark Order. Now,
Oh, yeah.
now he's with Diener and Big Connor, formerly Connor the Ascension. They're called The Design.
Yes.
It was Violent by Design, which of course was Eric Young, Diener, and Joe Doring. Joe Doring, as we all know, is battling cancer.
Yeah.
Eric Young, I'm believing, is going to go back to WWE.
Yeah, I think that's the plans, but
That's my thoughts. And
yeah.
there's been kind of these little cryptic messages of Nikki Cross,
Yeah.
and that's like, okay, they're more than likely gonna, hopefully gonna bring back Sanity.
Oh, I hope so too.
And
Yeah, this is gonna be a good match.
I mean, so, Angels didn't really see a whole lot from him. I think he may have competed, maybe on Dark
Right.
with AEW, and maybe even Rampage, possibly. We all know Kushida, if you watch New Japan, and him in WWE as well, in NXT, and yeah, very, very good competitor. Speedball McBailey, of course,
Yeah, can't say enough good things about him.
former X Division champion. So yeah, former X Division champion, hell of a wrestler, hell of a talent. Yuya Uemura, familiar with him somewhat.
Yeah. He showed up in AEW a few times. He was just actually in Wrestle Kingdom, I think. I gotta look that up
I
again.
believe so, yeah.
And I just did that.
Bhupinder Gujar, I think is his name.
Oh, yeah. I heard of him.
He was having a bit of, not really a rivalry, but... Oh, what the hell's his name? Persian lion. Mahabali, yeah, Shira and his cohort, whatever, was trying to enlist Bhupinder to join their rankings, and he was like, no. And they're going back and forth a little bit. Mike Jackson. I'm not familiar with Mike Jackson whatsoever.
No. Yeah, me neither. Honestly.
Not that Mike Jackson. Come on now.
Yeah, I know. No, I don't know him either. I'm not familiar, but it's gonna be a good match. I will have a toss-up between Kushida or Mike Bailey. I think Mike Bailey, again, in Impact's one of top 10 favorite wrestlers, if not one of the favorite wrestlers of all companies.
Right.
You know, you have Kushida, obviously a legend in himself, so yeah. So yeah, I picked those two.
I'll go Speedball or Yumura. Just,
Yeah,
what the hell?
right on.
Yeah. Like, out of all these guys, the most we know about is Kushida and Speedball. Yumura don't really know a bit about him, not much. Same with Angels. Guhar?
Yeah.
Sorry if we're pronouncing that wrong. Know a little bit about him. Mike Jackson. Not a fucking clue.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, Yuya is a great wrestler as well. I've seen a few of his matches. So, it's gonna be a good match nonetheless.
Where's your baby at tonight? I say I'm heading up the industry.
Now we go to a four-way elimination tag match for the Impact Tag titles. We got the Motor Machine Guns, Heath and Rhino, Major Players, and Bullet Club, Ace Austin and Chris Bay.
Yes, sir.
And then, of course, Sabin and Shelley, Myers and Cardona.
Yeah. There's still that rumor, because, Chelsea just signed with WWE. There's a rumor he might show up eventually, who knows? So, it'll all depend on how good they still are as a tag team in Impact.
I had heard recently that Chelsea and Matt were, I believe, just waiting on creative.
Yeah.
As far as, what they're gonna do in WWE when they go, So.
Yeah.
Now, I don't necessarily know what they're gonna do as far as, a breakup between Myers and Cardona. So, either that or it could be just, Cardona leave and go back to WWE, and Myers just do a solo thing.
Yeah.
And Impact still, who knows?
You have a lot of great tag teams in this match, though.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
So it's really hard for me to pick for her,
you got four really, really good teams, Motor City Machine Guns, Heath and Rhino, the Major Players, Ace Austin and Chris Bay have been killing it in Japan as a team with the Bullet Club, so, and they actually are really, really good together.
Oh, I know. Yeah. It's funny all the implications of the Bullet Club. Because you got Bullet Club Japan, you got Bullet Club somewhat in AEW, with Jay White when he shows up there. You got AJ Styles and the Good Brothers. Mia Yim if you want to count.
Yeah, maybe.
And then, of course, you got Impact with Chris Bay and the other guy.
Chris Bay
Chris.
and Austin.
Yeah, I don't like him. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see who wins this match. And
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be something if, oh, I don't know, Rhino hit a Gore! So it's just wait and see.
Yeah, you got Motor City Machine Guns right now as the Impact Tag Team Champions. They also have another tag team title. I have no idea where it's from.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're the champions right now. And with the caliber of talent of the other three teams, it's going to be a hell of a match.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait to see who comes out on top.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
I mean, yeah, with like those 14, like it'd be interesting if the Motor City Machine Guns can retain. If not, though, like who would be the most fitting to put the titles on? Is the thing.
yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't see putting the titles on Bay and
Austin.
yet. Rhino and Heath, not really a good idea to put the titles on them again so quickly. Major players, I mean, with Cardona going to WWE, it's almost like, what's the point?
Yeah.
So it's almost as if, like, just, have Saban and Shelley retain, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but you never know.
Yeah.
This isn't any kind of hard times. But if she never had another man, where's your
Well, we
baby?
have the Impact Knockouts Championship. And it's, of course, title versus career.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Jordan Grace versus Mickey James.
Yeah.
So,
I was watching a video, and Mickey James was doing like a career retrospective, if you will. A look back over her career. And she was talking about how when she first started training and wrestling, not very many women were training to be wrestlers. And she was training for a little bit, and then eventually started working with Maryland Championship Wrestling, I believe it was.
oh,
Was working with them for a little bit, and then went to Ring of Honor. Was working in Ring of Honor for a little bit, and then that led her to TNA. Working with Raven, Jeff Jarrett, several others. And then she got an opportunity to go to WWE. Of course, she told Jeff, like, hey, I got this opportunity to go to WWE. He was like, go. So she did. Did the whole crazed Trish Stratus superfan thing. Did that rivalry with Trish. Had several other good matches in WWE. Got let go. Then went back to Impact.
yeah.
And then she was talking about how she's Native American and, a country girl, and she just wanted to, go back to her roots, so to speak. That's how the whole hardcore country
Yeah.
character came to be, if you will. So was in Impact for a little bit, then went back to WWE, was in WWE, doing little things here and there, not really fully committed to wrestling. She's doing more comment. She did have some matches, but more commentary stuff.
Right.
And then there's, of course, as we all know, the whole thing with her getting let go, getting her stuff sent to her in a trash bag. Well, she also said, when I was in WWE, and it just didn't feel right. It wasn't that defining thing to be okay, I'm happy with this, and decide to hang up the boots and call it a career, and be happy with it. So she went back to Impact again.
Yeah.
Over the last 5 years about or so, she just ping-ponged back and forth between Impact and WWE. But then she's in Impact right now. She had some matches. Got on a string of losses. And then was like, I need to go home, be with my family, be with my son.
Yeah.
And then just, evaluate my career. And then there's the whole thing where she was like, alright, I'm going to take one last kick at the can. And I'm going to, shoot for the Knockout Championship. And it's going to be, when I go home, I win, have another match, so on and so forth. If I lose, my career's over. I'm done. I'll retire. And it's led us to now Hard to Kill, Mickey versus Jordan.
Yeah, so with all due respect to the She-Beast, as I call her, I honestly don't buy Mickey retiring right now.
No.
So yeah, she voted. Who's gonna beat her? I don't know. But this is just crazy. Like, I understand you wanna go back to the farm and you wanna, buy the farm. You wanna go back to the farm, you wanna spend time with your kid, you wanna spend time with the animals or whatever. And that's fine, but it's like, you're too young to, like, retire. I mean, see, that's the thing. When Ric Flair had his so-called, okay, if you lose this match, you have to retire bullshit, it was like he was already in his mid-50s. Mid to late 50s. And it was like, his, whatever, he's an idiot. So, Mickey's not there. Like, she's still young enough to wrestle, and I understand that also she's young enough to still be with her kid and take her everywhere and spend time more with him. And so, I mean, there's that aspect too. And then, you look into consideration that is that her husband still wrestles.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? I'm still going to say Mickie James.
Yeah, I was thinking Mickie James myself as well. Like, I'm sure it'll be a hell of a match. I see Mickey having one last run as champion. Where it goes after that, who knows? But I see Mickey have one last title run.
Sure.
Number one contender for the World Champion Knockouts Championship. You've got Gianna Perazzo, Killer Kelly, Masha Slamovich, and Taylor Wilde.
Yep, she's still there. And I think it's kind of cool because you have a lot of guys who come back that have been in the company, well, any company for that matter, that have been there for like 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Wilde is like the first female that I'm aware of. Well, I guess besides Mickie James, that has had a great career in Impact Wrestling like 20 years ago or whatever, and now she's back. And she hasn't really missed a step.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Misha Slamovich, haven't seen too much of her again. Well, I mean, except when we're watching the pay-per-views and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this one's going to be a hard one to pick too.
I would say Kelly or Masha, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. And going back to the whole Mickie James thing, when you were saying about how when she came back to WWE, when she came back, she didn't feel right. And that's kind of what Gail Kim said.
Mm.
She went back to WWE, she didn't have a very good run, and she didn't feel like she was home until she went back to Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things where it's like, you know what? You have a better career in one place than you do the other. I just hope that when Eric Young goes back, it's going to be better for him than it was the last time.
Yeah.
And I mean, not NXT, because he, again, had a stellar career in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Like, I think maybe if Mickie had just done more when she had that run in WWE, she may have been satisfied with it, and then if she had went, hey, you know what, I'm gonna retire now, it would have been fine. But I think she was just looking for that fulfillment, much like Undertaker was.
Yeah, I never thought of that either.
Like, he was looking for that match to go, okay, that's it. I'm satisfied with that. I can walk away, be happy, not, have no regrets or anything. And it basically took until the Boneyard match against AJ to get that fulfilling moment, if you will. That satisfaction of, that was a really good match. I'm happy with that. I'm happy to leave on that.
Well, and then, I mean, it had to be an honor for AJ Styles.
Oh, absolutely.
For him to ask The Undertaker for a match. Not only that, but for Undertaker to be like, yeah, you know what? Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
hands down.
Yeah. So, I mean, I never thought of that analogy, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All the speculation on your
So we
chest.
have this match. We got two Ring of Honor veterans, if you will.
If you will.
Got Jonathan Gresham versus Eddie Edwards.
I think this should be a good match.
Fuck yeah. I mean, Jonathan has had a stellar career in Ring of Honor. And I remember when he basically won the Pure Championship, won the Ring of Honor. I don't know if he won the Ring of Honor Championship, but the TV Championship.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got Eddie Edwards, the guy that wrestled with Davey as the American Wolves, and then went to Japan for a while and came back with Eddie, and had a stellar career tenure in Impact Wrestling, and still there today.
Yeah.
As with the experience of Eddie Edwards, and look, you know what? They're both very talented.
Oh, absolutely.
It's hard to choose.
I have a feeling it's going to be a good match, and I'm sure it'll be a very physical match as well. And, you had Eddie talking about just one night I thought I was finished with my past. Here comes, another person from my past talking about his time with Honor No More, and, that whole thing going the way it did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine for what it was. Then, he's got Jonathan Gresham coming in now, and it's like, okay, let's have this match and hopefully finally put that in the rearview mirror, so to speak.
Yeah.
As far as who's going to win, I don't know.
Yeah, that's gonna be a difficult one to answer, so
Yeah.
it's just a wait and see.
Next we got a match for the Digital Media Championship. You got Moose versus Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
I still don't know what to think of that title, but
Yeah. And if you followed the UK independent scene for a while, you'll be familiar with Joe Hendry.
right.
Very talented wrestler, very talented performer. His entrances are very unique and funny, and just one of those guys where it's like, man, he is just so exuberant. It's the best description I can come up with. It's not like he's flamboyant or like, over the top or anything like that. It's just he has a charisma.
Yeah.
And he uses it in these like musical trash talks about his opponent. And that's what makes it so interesting and so unique.
Yeah.
And he just very, very different, Moose, followed Moose for the last 6 years in Impact. I want to say something like that. Time in Impact, and just he's a stellar athlete.
You want to go way back in his time in Ring of Honor, being managed by Veda Scott, then going in on his own. I had thought he had a run in NXT, but that wasn't. I don't know where I got that from. But anyways, yeah, you know, his time in Impact, he had a lot of great matches.
Oh,
Bobby
yeah.
Lashley, Josh Alexander. That's pretty much all I can think of right now.
Ken Shamrock.
Yes.
Eddie Edwards.
Yeah.
Sami Callihan.
Oh, yeah.
A whole bunch of others.
I heard they shaved his head. Sami Callihan.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. Well, anyways. So, I mean, this is going to be a good match. I honestly think that Moose is going to dispose of Joe Hendry. I think. I mean, Joe's a great wrestler, nothing to take away from him, but,
Yeah.
you know, Moose all day.
Moose all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Moose as well.
Now we have this match. We've got Rich Swann versus Steve Macklin.
Falls count anywhere.
Fuck yeah.
This would be a war.
Yeah, that indeed. And I can see Macklin come out in his Punisher face paint.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be epic. It's a good match. And I mean, you look at Rich Swann, and you talk about Moose and his time in Impact Wrestling. You know, Rich Swann could have made it in WWE. I'm not sure what happened right after the Cruiserweight Classics and his time in 205. It's the same thing with TJP and all those other guys. So, I mean, there's that. I mean, he has a great career in Impact Wrestling. This match is going to be cool. Although, I don't know who's going to win. I could easily say Steve Macklin, but Rich Swann is another good one. And I honestly think he's underrated as a wrestler.
Macklin?
Oh, no.
Rich?
Rich, yeah.
Yeah, he is underrated as a wrestler. Very, very talented. Very, very good.
So, it's, you know what, I'm, for shits and giggles, going to say Rich Swann. I want to see him take another win. Because he's done it before. He's been the Impact Champion before. Let's get him back to that status.
Yeah, I'll say Rich as well.
So,
now we've got the main event of the evening.
She wear her favorite painted jewelry, and all I wanna do is lie.
The Impact World Championship.
oh yes, the Full Metal Mayhem.
Here, the Impact World Champion, Josh Alexander, versus a recently returned Bully Ray.
Yeah. There's two things, you know, I can say about that, but I mean, and once again, age doesn't make a difference.
No.
Like, we say Mickey James, you know, is taking a career on the line when she has a match. This is the second year now. Like, Bully Ray's 50 years old, going on 51. And honestly, do you really want to see him as the Impact Champion again?
Not really, no.
Nothing to take away from him. I think he's a great wrestler still. And we saw him put Scott D'Amore through a table.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to say Josh Alexander, but I will say this is going to be a fucking awesome match.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's going to be everything. And we all know what Full Metal Mayhem matches are.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's still going to be a great match. And, yeah, Josh for the win.
Hell yeah.
So, this has been Hard to Kill.
Yep.
And, yeah. It's going to be a really good show. We'll watch it. We'll do a play-by-play. Check out tonight. We'll see the play-by-play we did last night.
For New Year's Evil.
Yeah. And then I did a play-by-play for Wrestle Kingdom 17. And next Wheels of Fury episode will be Royal Rumble.
Yeah, after Hard to Kill play-by-play, next one will be Royal Rumble. Yeah,
Yeah, dude. That's gonna be stellar. But, anyways, for me, Matt, this is Killer Kyle.
yeah.
Oh, I have nothing to say. Okay.
You're looking at me like you're looking for something.
Alright, well, we'll talk to you next time. Deuces.